What's up, y'all? It's Movie Geek Griff here for my review of Ghost in the Shell. This will be fun. This will be long. This will be interesting. So, yeah, Scarjo's gonna have to take that L because it got beat by Boss Baby. Boss Baby, man, just got that ass whooped by Baby. I didn't see that happening. I really didn't. I thought it'd make a lot of money. Actually, I was disappointed that I was like, man, this is gonna make a lot of money. Nope. Give me 1 second here. It made 19 million. Round up, it might be 20 million domestic. Waiting on my slow ass internet to connect, but yeah. So, Boss Baby beat Ghost in the Shell this weekend. Ghost in the Shell was number 3, came in 3rd place with the great Scarjo. After Boss Baby and the 3rd weekend of Beauty and the Beast. 19 points. No, not even. No, we can't even round up to 20 million. Like 19 million flat. $19 million flat. The production, the budget of Ghost in the Shell, $110 million. I think that's excluding marketing and promotion. So that kicks up another 20, 30 million. So yeah. Ghost in the Shell is DOA in the USA. That's what you get, Hollywood. Stop the whitewashing bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all gonna get a clue, man. People start with social media. The power is in the people, in the consumer, to totally give your product or property a bad name, and it's not gonna make no money. Y'all need to stop this shit. I don't know. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Hollywood's about green, not black or white or yellow in this case, unfortunately." But it's like, it's about green, huh? Well, when they gonna stop making movies that lose money here in the States? And they always got, well, internationally it sold well. It sold 3 times this when they sold internationally. It's gonna do well in Japan. It's gonna do well in China. Okay, right here at home though, it ain't do shit. So what if you can keep using that dumbass thing? You want to? How many of these movies have to fail before you use minorities and other ethnicities? Take or get your head out of your ass, Hollywood. Ghost in the Shell, live action DreamWorks Studio, and Paramount, Viacom. The controversial and not terribly well received ScarJo sci-fi action flick earned just 19 million over its debut weekend, or less than half of what Lucy made, 44 million, back in 2014. Lucy was 2D original R-rated sci-fi thriller with a budget of just 40 million. So yeah, with the big caveat that overseas may play well for this one, it's a pretty lousy debut for an American rollout. However, me myself, I went in with low expectations because of the whole whitewashing idea. We'll get to that. It's going to make the video so long. I'm sorry. But Ghost in the Shell, I will say this. The movie itself was actually good. Actually pretty good. Overall grade gets a B. B+. And I'm talking about cinematography, score, production design, set design, costumes. Did I say score? I don't know if I said score or not. All the peripherals that make the movie awesome. Even the supporting characters that were Asian, that were Japanese, were good. Beat Takeshi was good. They had another dude. I think he was like he wasn't the doctor that was always on Lost, but I've seen him on some stuff. He was the Asian counterpart. I couldn't really tell in the anime manga if Batu was Asian. I couldn't really tell because in the movie, in the manga anime, he always has those little white glasses on his face. I couldn't really see his eyeballs. They were just like blank. But anyway, I think they said the dude played him was Danish or something. But still, that's an ethnicity different. He's white, but he's not white. I don't know. But all Everything but ScarJo was awesome. The movie, the show, it looked beautiful. I could see a lot of the uh, same beats from the anime that they followed. It was good. A lot of people saying they followed the anime too closely, so that made it suck. Like, what? I thought you wanted close to looking like what you saw in 1995. I don't know. The whole movie was awesome. Besides ScarJo, besides what the studio in Hollywood did for that character, it was a total abomination. ScarJo's acting, C minus. So we got overall grade of B plus. ScarJo's acting C minus. ScarJo is not a good actress. She's not. She's beautiful, and that's why Hollywood uses her. She's this not even starlet of the moment. She's been around for a while, but it's like all the dudes want to sleep with her, and so anything she does is like, oh man, she's so fine. I love her. She's great. Is she great at acting? Yeah, she's okay. She's beautiful. Okay, that's nice. Does the character come across when she does her? I don't know, man. She's just got a great ass and great whatever. And like, okay, but how does she play the role? Oh, I don't know. I was too busy looking at her. Man, get out of here, dude. So overall grade B plus. ScarJo's acting C minus, as it always is. She's not a great actress. She's a mediocre actress at best. She's just beautiful. And the whitewashing of the whole baggage of the whole thing drops the grade of the movie for me to a D. So the movie would have been B plus if they'd gone with an Asian actress and they didn't have all that whitewashing baggage behind it. And here's the thing: there's a line. There's a great line towards the beginning of Ghost in the Shell by Big Takeshi, one of the Japanese actors. I don't know if there were any Japanese screenwriters on this movie, and I don't know if he improvised. I don't know who put this line in the movie, but it just like speaks to the whole crux of the whole thing. There's a line that says it encompasses everything wrong with the movie. He says, "Unique, unless we embrace uniqueness, we will never find peace." That could be said of all the racial relations between whites and blacks, whites, blacks and browns, blacks and browns. But in this movie, it speaks to what the studio did wrong with the whole movie. Okay? Unless we embrace uniqueness, we'll never find peace. Uniqueness, that means casting someone, looking for someone, doing something, a great big budget action movie. Don't just cast a white person. Look outside the box. Be unique. Go do what isn't expected. I saw that line. I was like, really? Y'all put this line in here and then y'all whitewashed the movie. Man, it was wild. I couldn't understand that they put that in the movie, but they did what they did. That was crazy to me. But what else we got here, man? That was crazy. ScarJo. Wait, they said they needed ScarJo because she's a bankable actress. You're not that damn bankable. She lost to a baby. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things I saw. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I liked the movie. I didn't think I liked the movie as much as I did, but I did, except for ScarJo. It's become increasingly possible to ignore general social pushback when it comes to Asian representation in films and television. Whether it's cut and dried whitewashing, like casting a white performer in Asian role, or slightly more complex of cultural appropriation. That's another thing everybody's getting twisted about this. And it's splitting hairs. You bullshitting. You like, no, it's not that. But it's this, which is just as bad or worse. Okay, cultural appropriation. That's what Iron Fist was. Iron Fist wasn't whitewashing. This is. And with the Japanese creators saying, "Oh, it's okay. We love. We don't mind. We don't mind." One, Japanese people have a self-hate in regards to Caucasians. Caucasians, the American military bombed the crap out of them in World War II. Atom bomb 2 of their cities, nuked the crap out of them, which they deserve for picking on my U.S. military, the Navy. You're gonna get your ass whooped for that. But then they developed this kind of Stockholm syndrome about loving everything white, and I'm like, they bombed the shit out. Why do you still like the whiteness and trying to lighten their skin? They already pale, I understand, but they're trying to lighten their skin, and they love everything white, and the service members over there, and they marry them and stuff, and it's just like, they bomb the shit out of you. It seemed like you wouldn't have nothing to do with them no more, but they do, and they love everything white. They try to make the characters look, I don't know. And so there's that, and then there's the fact that, hello, he's a creator, he about to get paid for his project that came about back in 1995, he ain't gonna say nothing. He's not gonna bite the hand that feeds him. So yeah, of course he's gonna say, "Oh, I love ScarJo. I love the fact that the Americans took my character and made it an white person, and yeah, it's cool. Yeah, cool that check is in the mail. Fuck out of here." But cultural appropriation and whitewashing are very closely intertwined, and it's splitting hairs to be like, it's not this, but it's this. It's just as bad. Cultural appropriation, the hue and cry from progressive voices in film and TV criticisms have called for an end to white leads in Asian and Asian-inspired properties. But Hollywood, a town driven by dollars and not always cents, is more likely to listen when protests hurt the bottom line. Ghost in the Shell, starring Scarlett Johansson, starring adaptation of the popular Japanese manga, is only the latest controversial project to stumble at the box office. When will they stop? When will, the dollars and cents? When they gonna stop? It's gonna be a long ass video, dude. I ain't close to being done. Ghost in the Shell pulled in 19, we'll round up, say 20 million on a $110 million budget, below even the most conservative prediction that the site made earlier this week. The number looks even more anemic when compared with Lucy, the 2014 film, pulled in $44 million on this opening weekend. But Johansson's casting has clearly alienated fans of the original manga and anime versions, whether people care to admit it or not. Its dampened enthusiasm appears to discourage newcomers as well. That's a really low ass 19 million. That's bad. The controversy around Johansson's casting has plagued Ghost in the Shell since late 2014 when it was announced she would be her. She stars as Major, whose full name is Major Motoko Kasanagi. Major Motoko Kasanagi, not Mira Killian. That's just, it's... Both fans of the original and advocates of Asian actors in Hollywood, which they only make up 1.3% of casting in Hollywood, argued that a Japanese actor should have been cast in the role. A spokesperson for Ghost in the Shell gave Johansson his blessing, saying the publisher never imagined it would be a Japanese actress in the first place. Well, that's just lame on your dumb ass. You were Japanese, property, and you didn't even think, hey, let me cast a Japanese actress in this movie. What the fuck? I don't know. Johansson defended the film, saying, I like this character. I think this character is very unique experience, that she has a human brain and an entire different body. I would never attempt to play a person of a different race, obviously. Hopefully any question that comes up in my casting will be answered in the audience of the film. No, it was not answered. In fact, it just advocated everyone's reason against you. But it seems audiences were not inclined to give that film a chance. There's no ignoring the fact that the controversy cast a cloud over the film, and it's difficult not to draw a direct line from that to the movie's disappointing opening weekend, but people will try to tell you otherwise. Ghost in the Shell is not the first project to feel the burn of race-bent casting. Last Airbender, Exodus, Gods and Kings, Aloha, Pan, all have foundered at the box office. They were received unfavorable reviews, but bad reviews alone can't snuff out box office potential. Matt Damon was in that China movie, The Great Wall, didn't fare much better either. Domestically, we know it's going to make its money back. Internationally, but that's not what I'm talking about. So $45 million domestically, The Great Wall, on a $150 million budget. Doctor Strange was still a hit, but everyone's complaining about Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One in that movie. So they're not making money, Hollywood. If you buy green, the movie's not making money. Netflix won't release ratings to the public, but Iron Fist, which is again cultural appropriation, Danny becomes a better martial artist than all the Asian people around him. Let's see. Iron Fist defied both bad reviews and controversy to become Netflix's most binged drama because of the controversy. But by the only Netflix-sanctioned metric available, Iron Fist is lagging behind all the other Defender shows. As a publication of this, it has earned only 3 stars compared with 4.2 stars or higher for Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. So there's that. I think I already touched on that stuff. So yeah, it's like, this is long. I'm sorry it's so long, people, but you gotta stop. And you gotta stop splitting hairs about whitewashing and cultural appropriation. Everything, it would have been a good movie. And it's like, we need a ScarJo. We need a bankable American white name. No, you don't. Because the property itself has a built-in audience. You need to keep the the amount of money you're paying your main protagonist or heroine down, because the production of the film is going to be so high anyway. You don't need to hire a 10, 15 million, $20 million actor or actress to be in your film when your special effects are already going to make the film $100 million. So why then, on top of that, try to go for a star that's $20 million a movie? That's just dumb. Get someone who's new, who you don't have to pay a lot. You can pay them on the back end of the movie, and just make the movie with a new face that's more authentic to the story. Because there was a point ScarJo was not big. I remember ScarJo back in The Horse Whisperer back in 1995, probably around the time Ghost in the Shell came out in anime. She was just, she was nobody, and Asian actors and actresses are not going to get to the point that ScarJo is until we give them a chance to be that big. Caucasian actors and actresses get multiple chances to screw up. They get multiple chances to break out big, and they get multiple chances to just mess up. And they have bombs and bombs and bombs and duds and flops before they get that big hit. And then they're big, and then everybody's like, yeah, see, they're profitable. They weren't profitable the other 6, 7 movies they was in. You kept giving them chance after chance after chance. Take a chance on an Asian American actress or actor, or an Asian actor and act. Give them a chance to build them up, give them multiple chances to make flops and duds and bomb. And eventually, yeah, they're gonna find the right movie that makes them big like ScarJo. But until you give them a chance, that's not gonna happen. You gotta make it equal. You gotta do the same thing for minority ethnicities that you do for Caucasians. They get multiple chances to mess up before they break big, and you say, oh, he's an A-lister now. He was a D-lister for like 6 movies. Do the same thing for everybody else. Black, Latino, Asian, give them all the chances you give Caucasians. That's the only reason they big now. Well, nobody big from the jump. But yeah, they don't hear me though. So whatever, dude. And the last thing is like, okay, a blogger explained this, because a lot of people be like, well, the Japanese, they don't have a problem with them. They drew them like that. A blogger back in 2010, the Japanese people see the anime characters as being Japanese. When we do it, when we take their properties and adapt them, it is Americans who think that they are white, because white is seen as the default human being. That's just wrong. That's not just a cultural viewpoint, it's also Hollywood's go-to assumption. Returning to the creator's point, if the major's physical form is an assumed one, that means she could be anything, anybody. Japan, however, is one of the most technically homogenous countries on the planet. It's unrealistic, not to mention offensive, to posit that the default human form for a Japanese person would resemble Scarlett Johansson, any more than the shell for a major male counterpart would look like Bill Murray from her co-star in Japan of Lost in Translation. But it's like, the movie literally did whitewashing. There's a scene where she explains, because it's a lot. It's such a lot. The studio changed the character of ScarJo. She is not Motoko Kansanagi. She is Mira Killian. That was her original name. They changed the story where she was a Japanese runaway kid who got killed, and they put her brain in a white body. You put a Japanese person in your story. You took a Japanese person named Motoko Kansanagi, the original name of the original person without all this other bullshit they're doing, and you put it into a white person. You put a Japanese young girl person into a white person to make it more palatable. That's what you thought. You thought, let me take this Asian person and put them into a cybernetic body of a white person. You stripped them of their nationality, their ethnicity. That's the epitome of whitewashing. That's not even, you change the name, you change the nationality, you change the origin, you change the racial makeup. That is the definite, you're not Motoko, you're Mira Killian. You just robbed and stripped me of everything. Who thought it was a great idea to strip a Japanese character from the jump and then put him into a white body? That's the definition of what, that's what the movie did with her character. The big reveal, spoiler alert, whatever. She is not, they make her not into Motoko, even though the anime is about Motoko Kansanagi. Mira Killian, they put an Asian person's body, Motoko, into a white person named Mira Killian. That is the definition of whitewashing. And they knew they was wrong. That's why they did it that way. It was like, we kind of can't keep the same story and name her Motoko and have her be a white person. Let's have Motoko be a person, but then she gets destroyed beyond repair and experimented on, and we'll just put her into a new white body and call her Mira Killian. You were so lame about that. You were not even trying to hide the bullshit, and you knew you was wrong, and that's why Hollywood changed the story. And I'm like, you just told on yourself. Some people have a problem with it, some people don't. It's up to you. Movie Geek Griff, overall grade of Ghost in the Shell B+. ScarJo's acting C-. The whitewashing baggage drops it to a D. All right, I'm out.